Merry Christmas, everyone. For celebrating Christmas, I will be covering 12 animals that are somewhat related to Christmas in one way or another. Christmas Island's most famous crustaceans are extremely important for forest ecosystem. Best known for their spectacular annual migration, red crabs actually spend most of the year in one place. The majority of the island's more than 100 million red crabs live in moist rainforests, but they can be found in other habitats including shore, terraces, and even domestic gardens. Red crabs dig burrows or live in deep rock crevices. They are sensitive to a lack of moisture and rarely leave their burrows during the dry season, plunging their entrance with a wade of leaves. They mostly eat fallen leaves, fruits, flowers, and seeds. However, they are not strictly vegetarian and will also eat other dead crabs, birds, and the introduced giant African snail. Red crabs contribute to rainforest health by selectively consuming plants, cleaning up leaf litter, turning over the soil, and fertilizing it with their droppings. They are a big crab with an adult body shell or carapace measuring up to 116 millimeters across. The carapace is roughly shoulder and enclose their lungs and gills. Males are larger than females, but females have a much broader abdomen and usually have smaller claws than males. Every year, millions of these large crabs emerge from the forest and make their way to the ocean to breed, swarming across roads, streams, rocks, and beaches. The migration starts with the first rainfall of the wet season. This is usually in October or November, but can sometimes be as late as December or January. Red crabs all over the island leave their homes at the same time and start marching towards the ocean to mate and spawn. Male crabs lead the migration and are joined by the females along the way. The exact timing and speed of the migration is determined by the phase of the moon. Red crabs always spawn before dawn on a reducing high tide during the last quarter of the moon. Incredibly, they know exactly when to leave their burrows to make their lunar date. However, because crabs wait until the first rainfall to start their trek, they sometimes have a hurry if the rain arrives close to optimal spawning date. They will move rapidly, but if the rain comes early, they may take their time, stopping to eat and drink on their way to the coast. If it begins raining too late to make the spawning date, some crabs will stay in their burrows and migrate the following month instead. Larger male crabs usually arrive at the sea first, but they are soon outnumbered by females. After their journey from the plateau, the crabs take a dip into the sea to replenish moisture. Next, the male crabs dig burrows. The huge number of crabs mean burrows are very close together, and males will often fight each other for possession of a burrow. The female crabs then join the males on treks to mate in or near the burrows. After mating, male crabs have a second dip in the sea before starting their journey back home. The female crab stays behind in the moist burrows. They produce eggs within 3 days and will remain in the burrow for about another 2 weeks as the eggs develop. Each female crab can produce up to 100,000 eggs, which she holds in her brood pouch before returning to the forest. Spawning may occur on 5 to 6 consecutive nights during migration. Red crab larvae hatch from eggs as soon as they make contact with the water. Clouds of the larvae swirl near the shore before being taken out to sea by waves and the receding tide. They grow through several larval stages over the next month, eventually developing into prawn-like animals called megalopaia. The megalopaia gather in pools close to the shore for 1 or 2 days until they become fully formed baby crabs and emerge from the water. Measuring about 5 millimeters across, the tiny crabs begin marching inland, taking around 9 days to reach the safety of the plateau. There they will stay hidden in rocky outcrops and forest debris for the first 3 years of their life. However, the vast majority of larvae never make it out of the water. Instead, they are eaten by fish, manta rays, and enormous whale sharks that visit Christmas Island to take advantage of the annual feast. Most years, no or very few baby crabs will emerge from the sea at all, but once or twice a decade a huge number will survive, which is enough to maintain the island's large red crab population. The red crab migration is Christmas Island's biggest tourist attraction, drawing nature lovers from all over the world. The easiest place to watch the migration and spawning are Drumsite, Flying Fish Cove, Ethereal Beach, and Greta Beach. To protect the red crabs, some sections of the road may close for part or all of the day during the peak migration time, often at short notice. In addition, structures such as crab bridges built over the roads. Invasive species that have been introduced to Christmas Island have had a profound impact on the local ecosystem. Their presence can lead to fundamental changes in biodiversity of a given ecosystem, as well as the extinction of native species. In particular, due to the presence of vast arrays of supercolonies containing yellow crazy ants. Despite the invasion of the yellow crazy ant, the crab status remains least concern.